Meet Ethan, a young boy with eyes full of bright curiosity and a burning ambition to become a life-saving doctor someday. His teachers always praised his sharp intellect, believing he was destined for greatness because understanding complex concepts came naturally to him, too. However, beneath that surface of natural brilliance lay a chaotic struggle, as Ethan found it nearly impossible to control his attention. Every time he sat down to study, his mind would drift away like a leaf caught in a turbulent autumn wind. The glowing screen of his smartphone was a constant siren song, pulling him away from textbooks into the world of scrolling. He convinced himself that he could finish everything later, believing his high intelligence would compensate for the hours he wasted online. Ethan thought discipline was for those who were not smart, unaware that talent without focus is like a car without steering. The day of the crucial scholarship examination approached rapidly, yet Ethan spent his precious evenings gaming instead of reviewing his notes. On the final night, panic set in as he realized the mountain of material was too high to climb so late. Sitting in the cold exam hall, the questions blurred before his eyes, his mind racing with regret rather than the answers. The results arrived a week later, confirming his deepest fear. He had failed the scholarship that meant everything to his future. Crushed by the weight of disappointment, Ethan realized that being smart was simply not enough to succeed in the real world. He sat alone in his room, staring at the rejection letter, understanding that his lack of self-control was his true enemy. Determined to fix his broken habits, Ethan decided to seek guidance from someone known for iron will and unwavering mental discipline. He went to see Coach Harris, a wise mentor who spent his days training athletes to achieve peak performance under pressure. Ethan confessed his failure and his inability to focus, asking the coach how to stop his mind from wandering so much. Coach Harris did not offer a lecture. Instead, he led Ethan to the outdoor archery range under the bright morning sun. Handing Ethan a heavy wooden bow, the coach pointed to a distant target and asked the boy to take his aim. Ethan struggled to hold the bow steady, his eyes darting around the field, looking at the trees and the moving clouds. He released the arrow, but it flew wide off the mark, landing harmlessly in the grass far from the intended target. Coach Harris asked what Ethan saw while aiming, and the boy listed the birds, the wind, and the swaying green grass. The coach smiled gently and said, "If you look at everything around you at once, you will never hit the bullseye." A champion athlete sees only the center of the target, blurring out the rest of the world until the arrow flies. Ethan understood then that his life was like that arrow. He was missing his goals because he was looking at distractions. To help him master his mind, Coach Harris outlined 4 essential rules for mental discipline that would change Ethan's life forever. The first rule is to control your thoughts. You must catch yourself every time your mind begins to drift away aimlessly. Gently bring your attention back to the task at hand, just like pulling a wandering puppy back to the safety path. The second rule is to create a strict schedule, training your brain to know exactly when it is time to work. By following a routine, you remove the need for willpower, making study a natural habit rather than a daily painful struggle. The third rule is to ruthlessly eliminate distractions. Put the phone in another room and turn off the noisy television set. Create a sanctuary for focus where nothing can interrupt your flow, allowing your mind to dive deep into complex learning materials. The fourth rule is daily practice, because discipline is a muscle that grows stronger only when you exercise it every day. You cannot be disciplined only when you feel like it. You must show up and do the work even when tired. Ethan took these rules to heart, transforming his chaotic bedroom into a quiet study zone and locking his phone away daily. At first, it was incredibly difficult, and his mind rebelled, but he kept pulling his focus back to his medical books. Weeks turned into months, and slowly the urge to check social media faded, replaced by the satisfaction of deep, meaningful learning. When the next exam season arrived, Ethan walked into the hall with a calm confidence, his mind sharp and fully present. He answered every question with precision, his focus unwavering, feeling the flow of knowledge he had accumulated through his disciplined routine. The results were spectacular. Not only did Ethan pass, but he achieved the highest score, securing the scholarship he once lost. He returned to Coach Harris to share the good news, realizing that the archery lesson had taught him more than shooting. Ethan realized that the human mind is like a wild horse. Untamed, it drags you into chaos and endless wasted time. But if you train that horse with patience and discipline, it becomes a powerful vehicle that carries you to your dreams. Success is not just about intelligence. It is about the ability to command your own attention in a world of distraction. Thank you for watching this story on The Ancient Academy. Subscribe for more lessons on wisdom, discipline, and personal growth.